Hello everyone and welcome back. It's been a while, but as you are aware, I was down without internet. Yes, the fiber cable went down and that required me to basically be out of everything for about a week and a half. And it looks like we have missed a few things, so in today's video we're going to talk about two Grand Cathay mods that work very well together and will elevate your campaign, giving you some new mount options, some reskins, and also a brand new mechanic. There's a lot of Grand Cathay hype at the moment, thanks to the fact that Grand Cathay is finally releasing on the tabletop later this week, but why don't we get a little bit of hype for it for Total War? These mods are going to be compatible with all three Legendary Lords that have been released officially, and also compatible with most faction mods for Grand Cathay. But before anything, a big thank you to our sponsor, Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is a platform where you can buy video games at discounted rates, even those that haven't released just yet. This is always the best time to get yourself a new title, and also get yourself the best deal that you can get, especially if you're a Warhammer fan and you're trying to buy the Cathay army. Yeah, it's not a cheap army if you want to jump into them, and I've done a big pre-order just to add to the forces that were gifted to me by Games Workshop. So I still want to buy some video games, and there's some pretty good ones there. Everyone's been talking quite highly about Dune Awakening, so that's one that I want to jump into. Not only that, but we do have our monthly giveaway going on. Win the game of your choice. All you have to do is click on the link in the description below and just sign up. You don't even have to make a purchase. I've been working with this company for over a year now. They've been fantastic. I buy from them myself because, well, you know, I have no impulse control for the tabletop, but I also want to get into some video games too. Making a purchase with my special link also in the description below supports the channel at no extra cost to you. And just a gentle reminder to those winning the giveaways, just make sure to check up on your account because there's a few people who haven't picked up their winnings just yet. A big thank you once again to Instant Gaming for sponsoring the video, and let's get back into the regularly scheduled programming. Now for the first mod, don't be fooled by its name, Tabletop Reskin for Cathay, because it does more than reskinning. As you can see here, these are the Longmars. The Longmars are one of the very special mounts for Grand Cathay, but they're a little bit small, and we know that there are bigger ones actually, thanks to the tabletop. Well, one of the things that this mod does is gives you the Spirit Longmar. Yes, the actual large one that you can buy on the tabletop right now. This is a much larger variant. It's got better stats too, and it changes up your Dragon-Blooded Shugengan a little bit because they still have the glaive, but they'll also have access to a Drake Fire Pistol. So yeah, it gives you a little bit of range. You can get these with your Dragon-Blooded. They're absolutely fantastic mount options, and it gives you just that imposing look that you've gotten to know from the tabletop. They'll be available pretty late into your campaign. It's around rank 26, but it makes sense considering how strong it actually is. This will give you more reason to use a bit more Dragon-Blooded. I know a lot of people have actually been focusing more around the Magistrates and the Celestial Generals. The Dragon-Blooded are quite good. This makes them even better. It also adds some stuff for the Gatemasters. You see, the Gatemasters themselves in the tabletop don't have access to range, and also they're supposed to be a lord rather than a hero. Gatekeepers are heroes. Now, you'll still retain access to the range weapon until you start leveling up your character a little bit. Because as you level up your characters, you can get the Dragon Banners, meaning that you can get yourself some BSBs. This removes the range. You can have them both mounted and on foot. On the mounted variant, you'll get access to a Cathayan Lance, and you'll also get some extra bonuses up and running. The idea here is to make this character the BSB, which is, well, pretty much what a lot of people are missing when it comes to Total War Warhammer. BSBs are so important to the identity of Warhammer Fantasy, so it's great to see it implemented by a bunch of modders. And don't you worry, you will be able to switch around if you don't want them to have the banner, if you want them to have the range weapon still. Yeah, it's just change them like the mount options. It's that simple, and it's a very, very good change here. It gives you more variety. One hero basically now has the usability of multiple different types. And a little heads up, anyone buying the Gatemaster kit from Games Workshop, the mounted Gatemasters and Gatekeepers can take lances, but there is no lance in the kit. So if you want to use one, take one of the spare lances from the battalion box. Just want to let you guys know because it's a bit of a weird choice there, and no range, which is just wild. Also, this mod does do some reskinning where the Jade Warriors and the Jade Lancers look closer to the tabletop version. You've also got the full command there, which I absolutely adore. I've really loved painting mine. I really, really like them. If you haven't seen my army yet, you can see it in the community tab for my YouTube channel. So yeah, full command, that's something a lot of people want. They want musicians, they want banners, they want champions, because it adds to the immersion of your army. The Lancers, for some reason, their command squad goes up to the back, but I guess it's still because like this is a work in progress. There is more stuff coming to this mod. And that's not all. It is confirmed that there are some future plans. So adding the bombing capabilities for the Sky Lantern, which is hilarious, by the way. On the tabletop, it's probably one of the most overpowered units, especially if you use it as a mount option. Ogre crew members for the artillery teams, and then adding in the Granite and Obsidian Terracotta Sentinel variants. All very, very cool. So this is definitely a mod that you're going to want to check out if you want it to be a bit closer to the tabletop, and you want to have a little bit of fun with those. Maybe if you want to just play around with them before you buy the actual miniatures. And this second mod is Grand Cathay Yin and Yang, and what this does is it reskins the Kislevite mechanic that was introduced in its recent rework for Grand Cathay, adding a little bit more flavor to Grand Cathay. As you are aware, certain mechanics, like for example the caravan mechanic for Grand Cathay, does actually just not become useful after a while because you'll be getting attacked too much and you won't be able to defend yourself. So this is something that will come in to add in a little bit more, giving you a little bit more staying power, especially now that the AI is doing a lot more doom stacks lately. You'll be able to get a load of bonuses. It works in the same way. You'll have to build up some buildings which are dedicated to either Yin or Yang to get just more supporters for that. Also fighting against chaos, the usual stuff, and you will be fighting against chaos a lot because, you know, the invasions are happening a lot. The mod is compatible with every single legendary lord so far released by Creative Assembly and a few other faction mods, because it just kind of seamlessly throws itself in there for Grand Cathay. The fact that it ties in seamlessly to your already established Yin and Yang buildings makes it just fit more into the harmony aspect of Grand Cathay, because yes, you do want to keep the harmony even as you get your bonuses. You'll be able to get more Yin and Yang through a variety of different ways, not just the typical fighting. You'll be able to get it through certain characters, so your Shugengan, your Magistrates, some of them might have a trait that will pop up, and in all honesty, it actually elevates some of the traits because some of the Cathayan traits aren't good. I'm just going to be very, very honest there. And there's also events that pop up too. Overall, you're going to have a lot of stuff to play around with, and it's just going to make your campaign feel a lot better. I know some people have been struggling a little bit because the AI is getting a lot more aggressive lately due to the fix, so this is going to just make it a little bit better for you, especially as Grimgor turns around and decides to fight you and only you for some reason. This is what happened to me recently on a live stream because apparently I'm just public enemy, despite him being surrounded by enemies. And for those wondering, yes, the mod is completely compatible with Yin-Yin the Sea Dragon mod. So yeah, if you want to play around with that, if you want to play with a minor faction, because I know some people do like playing as minor factions, this is going to be a fun little series of mods for you to play to get you a little bit more attention for Grand Cathay. Sure, we can expect more DLC down the line for Grand Cathay. It's kind of obvious that Games Workshop and Creative Assembly want to probably pump those numbers up as much as they can. But until then, and you know, with the lack of news lately, these are going to be the mods that you're going to want to play around with. The two mods described in this video work tremendously well together and just really add a lot more flavor to the Grand Cathay campaign, which is something that I've been looking for a while. Like I said before, I do find like the caravan system, if you're playing as, well, pretty much any of them, kind of becomes redundant after a while. If Grimgor gets too strong, he'll start sniping them out as he declares war on you. I do feel like there might be a little bit of an issue with trespassing there, even though it's not supposed to have any trespassing. And obviously the moment that you actually discover more factions with caravans, yeah, you know, player bias can kick in. It's been toned down a little bit, but it's still not perfect in that sense. So playing around with mods like that add a little bit of flavor and add a little bit more to do does help tremendously. Both of the mods can be found in the description below. I'll also put the Yin-Yin the Sea Dragon mod just in case you guys want it. Apologies once again for the lack of content lately between painting up the army for Grand Cathay, which, you know, is a completely new army. I've never played with those minis before or built them up. That took some time, and then obviously having my internet go down for a while was less than ideal. I should be up and running now. I've got a bunch of ideas, hopefully returning to daily content basically as from next week. That's the plan anyway, and yep, let me know what you guys think in the comments below to start a bit of a discussion, and hopefully we'll get some news soon, right? I know some people are kind of getting frustrated about the lack of news, myself included, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie there. See you guys, have a great one.